Welcome back to the Tu-Vie podcast, your TV movie entertainment needs podcast. I am your host, James, and sitting across from me is the co-host. Not normally done like this. This is fun. This is like our third or fourth episode.
I think so. Yeah.
Third or fourth?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. So yeah, let's get into it. We got a lot to talk about. You want to? Yeah, just like there you go.
It's a big go.
Yeah, I don't want to prep. That was a stupid idea. Yeah, all right, cool. I just never clink a coffee mug before. Done that we did last night with our drinks. Our Deadpool Wolverine themed drinks as we're covering Deadpool Wolverine Comic Con.
Expensive.
They were. What is a cocktail? We really, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like 7 things he added in there.
Yeah.
With Aviation Gin, not a sponsor. Wish it was. It's actually pretty good. We want to cover the Comic Con. What do you want to do? Do you want to do Comic Con or do you want to do review? I think we do the reviews next or last. I think we could do Comic Con and SAG-AFTRA.
Comic Con first.
Can we do Comic Con first? Because SAG-AFTRA is pretty. I mean, yeah, let's do that. Where do you want to start, Colin? Where do you want to start with this Comic Con news?
Let's address the.
Come a little closer. Get in the mic. Get in this, please.
Let's address the.
No. I want everyone to hear exactly what you're about to say. Please.
Robert Downey Jr. has returned, not as Iron Man, as another Marvel character. One Marvel character that you so
desperately love.
Yeah. And it showed yesterday. It
Yeah.
showed yesterday. I've never seen you angrier.
I've never been more frustrated with a Marvel decision.
People were watching us.
There were people at the restaurant. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't making a scene. Like, I wasn't like throwing my hands. There was like 6 people in there. But the thing was, between me and you, I was definitely crying. 100% crying.
I watched this man weep.
Yeah. No, so in case you haven't heard, which would be crazy because this is out like 4 days after it was announced.
Marvel did it.
Marvel brought back Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Victor Von Doom, ruler of Latveria, for not necessarily the Fantastic Four, but Avengers 5 Doomsday, which was announced coming out, I think, May 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what the literal hell? I don't think we've been this actually divided on a Marvel issue.
Yeah.
Because we've had differences, like what we thought of certain things. We've never been truly divided on something so severe.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is a good idea.
And James and I are in 2 different camps.
So
where I love Dr. Doom. I don't know everything about him, but he's got that same iconic energy as Darth Vader with the rebellions, you know? Like he's
not bad,
a very reoccurring kind of, but you love
the dude.
Love him more than I expected.
Love it. No, I mean, I have truly believed he is the greatest Marvel villain. On paper, just as a character, he's so complex because there's no singular version of this dude. Every single version has their own flaws with his narcissism and so many crazy things. And he's like one of the few humans because he doesn't have truly like I don't know. It's like truly out there power. Like he's not a cosmic being. He's a dude. He's imbued himself with so much technology and sorcery and his own cosmic abilities. But truly, from the start of it, he's a dude.
Yeah.
He's better Iron Man.
He's not just a dude.
He's better Iron Man.
One of the smartest.
One of the most brilliant men on that planet. And let me tell you this. We said this again. You have this on tape. But Robert Downey Jr. is not a bad actor. He's not a bad actor. He's not. I love his work. He just needed to stay as Tony because this makes no sense to me. This makes no sense. We can't. And there's also a ton of other stuff. So we can't stay on this more than we did last night, which was like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But to keep it short, I think it's stupid because I think they're just choosing Robert Downey Jr. for something to fill seats. I think they're choosing Robert Downey Jr. because they're trying to be like, oh, in this universe, Tony's a bad guy kind of thing. But and you have said maybe he's a false Doom and they're bringing in a real one. Sure. If that's the case, then okay. But for right now, they're bringing back not just Robert Downey Jr., but they're bringing back the Russo brothers for these two movies. Now, not to,
So happy.
not to say those are bad directors. I know without Marvel, they haven't made terrific films. The Gray Man was okay. I didn't necessarily hate it, didn't like it that much.
Popcorn fun. That's
Yeah,
what
it was fun, but it wasn't much to bring
They
in.
did Cherry.
They did do Cherry. That was a neat one for Tom Holland.
The Russo brothers also produced a horror show as well. I forget, but it's on
They did?
MGM.
Oh, they did. I don't remember much of it. Either way, their track record outside of the MCU isn't so, I would say, stellar, but it's not terrible as
It's
well.
not bad.
I know Cameron was here. He would be shitting on the Gray Man. He does not like the Gray Man at all, which is fine. But they also have him coming back for the Avengers Doomsday, which is Avengers 5, and then Avengers 6 Secret Wars coming out in May of that next year, 2027.
Yeah.
So it feels like they're just kind of doing what they know makes them like do well, which is splitting a big event into two parts a year apart from each other.
Yeah.
Because Marvel needed a reboot badly. Because as much as I understand this was a learning phase and I've defended its learning phase and its learning curve, getting rid of the old and bringing in the new, it's difficult. And I think with the movie we saw last night, it's a good start.
It is a very, very good
I think it's a good start. I think it's better than what's been out. I don't think it's my favorite of Phase 4, but it's top 5.
Okay.
Like my favorite as of right now is still Guardians 3.
No,
I can't really beat that one.
argue
I
with
can't beat that
I'm
one.
not
That one just had too many.
I'm not even. That's a
There was a perfectly wrapped bow on that gift.
gosh, yeah.
Perfect. But do you want to save it or you want to cover the rest of Comic Con? There's still
There's still a lot,
Yeah.
but real quick,
Yeah,
do you
okay,
think that like because you brought up like different versions of Doom and that struck like an idea. It's like the original movie was supposed to be Kang Dynasty, where they're gonna have like a ton of Kangs, I'm assuming.
the Council of Kings. Yeah, that was a whole thing.
Do you think they'll have a Council of
I
Doom?
hope not.
Well, think about it like this, because you have like a Council of Reeds,
Yes.
but you could also have like a Council of Doom. So like with Robert Downey Jr., he might be leading like a short kind of like,
Sure.
team of different Dooms, but
Sure.
then we get the real Doom.
That could be the case. If that is the case, they really got to do some incredible gymnastics because I feel like just doing because Council of Kang and Council of Reeds, I think in a metaphorical sense makes sense because Reed and Kang related, or at least on paper. But I think doing a Council of Doom lessens his importance of why he's so scary because Doctor Doom comes in, messes up the Fantastic Four, and then leaves. That's kind of his thing. He's the literal bully that's like, give me your lunch money, kid, and then just goes on.
Is that Andrew Garfield like meme from
Yeah.
Network?
Yeah, exactly. It's literally just like it's like he just comes in and just kicks your ass and just goes, see you tomorrow. Like that's his whole thing. Because Doctor Doom,
petty.
He's petty, but it's for the search of power. It's for the search of dominance, just to keep his home safe and have that ruling. Because he believes all these other magnificent things, and I do want to get your opinion on here because I feel like I'm just yapping on my side.
You're good. You have more to say about this.
Well, but what I'm against it, you're for it. Allow the people to hear you're for.
I don't know what struck a chord, but I don't hate it because there's like I do agree, and I can see that like they brought in Robert Downey Jr. as like like okay, so what is this movie about? Like what is Marvel cooking? I kind of want to see this through just to know like what they are like trying to do with Robert Downey Jr. because there's multiple routes. He might be the real one, he might be a fake one. His face will cause a lot of turmoil in the Avengers.
Yeah.
You can probably do like a superior Iron Man route. No, infamous Iron Man, where like Iron Man died in the Marvel comics and Victor Von Doom came in, restructured the Iron Man suit and actually became a good guy.
Sure. Do you want Tony Stark to play that?
Well, I don't. I don't want Robert Downey Jr. to be Victor Von Doom, but if this is what we're going to get, I know for sure that Marvel is in a situation where they'll probably zig when we think they're gonna zag, but then in last minute zag. Wait, no.
Zag
zig.
twice.
No, zig. But that is kind of funny because they have done that quite a
They
bit
have
too.
Zach. They have Zach. Zach.
Um,
100%.
But I don't know. I want to see Robert Downey Jr.'s performance as Victor Von Doom. I would like him to prove I would like him to prove a lot of people wrong because we're in that situation, James, where we have to be optimistic.
Shut up.
We
about
talked
optimism.
we talked about this yesterday, but I
Come
was
closer. You
trying.
sat a little far. Come a little. No, just scoot in. Just move the chair. Go. Unless I gotta move that a little closer. But
I like it is so weird for me to be on this side of the fence and so optimistic, but I also understand where you're coming from too. Like this is a very important character to you.
I have asked for nothing. I have asked Marvel to just do nothing but this.
I've heard you talk about
correctly.
I've heard you talk about Doctor Doom since freshman year.
Earlier than that. I have I mean, like, the fascination I have with Doom is so, I don't know why I'm so attracted to this character. It's just like the fact that he is a bad guy. Yeah, I'm definitely attracted to the guy. But like the fact that he's a bad guy on paper, but like it's not that he's like in the, you know what I'm trying to say? It's like a traditional
Yeah.
bad guy. See, I'm gonna punch a baby.
And
Like it's not like cliche.
His relationship with Reed and Sue's kids are actually very interesting too.
Exactly.
Because they call him Uncle Doom or
something like that.
They like Franklin and Valeria like visit him in Latveria, and he's not like he's not like pushing him down the stairs.
He's not like he's not like kicking him. Like he's a familial person. But at the same time, at the same time, he wants to kill them. Well, in a different sense, but I don't know. I just think that this is so. And you said you don't know what RDJ Doom's gonna look like. I did it at the bar for about 20 minutes last night, just kind of like, oh, I'm Doom. Like, God, this is, it's pissing me off. Do you want to move on to the next topic, or is there anything you want to add here?
A dictatorship around the world.
Oh my God, Latveria. I still sound like that one girl from the Electric Mayhem whenever I sound like that. But on Fantastic Four, they got a new title change. Fantastic Four First Steps.
Now that I hated.
You didn't like that. It's growing on me. I'm not with it, but I feel like it's very metaphorical, kind of what they're doing. Because from the leaked trailer that did come out, which I don't personally want to talk too much about that because I feel like everyone wants to stay away from those kind of things. We will say, at least for now, it doesn't look like it's official movie stuff. It's just to get you like an idea of what the movie looks. Yeah, and it looks fantastic. Yeah. We have Michael Giacchino, I think it's Giacchino, come back to compose the movie. He did movies like The Batman. He did If. He's done plenty of Pixar and Disney movies like The Incredibles, Luca. He's done hundreds of movies that I believe he is on the way to becoming like the next Zimmer, easily, and like John Williams, Hans Zimmer level. Yeah, he's doing incredible. They showed the Fantastic Car, the fan car. Is that what they're called? What is it called?
The Fantastic Car.
Fantastic Car? Yeah. It's like very Batmobile-ish.
Yeah.
It looks very retro-futuristic, which I love. And it also kind of looks like the top part of a calculator when you slide it, like the covering of a calculator. You know what I'm talking about? Painted blue. I liked it. Galactus was shown. He looks good. Doesn't look stupid. Anything else?
We at least don't get a Galactus that is just a cloud. Like a vape cloud.
He looked like.
Hey, we got a little like silhouette of like his helmet in the cloud.
I did.
But he was lost in the cloud.
It looked like he was just in a fog, just like, I would understand if when he's coming down to Earth, there's a fog because he's like a meteor coming to Earth.
It just looks like he's hotboxing.
It just looks like he's hotboxing. It looks like it looks like Parallax, but dumber from the Green Lantern movie.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, one of my favorite jokes about the movie is with Ryan Reynolds. He does it every chance he can. He's like, "Yeah, you didn't see Green Lantern? Yeah, the guy who edited the movie didn't even watch it." Love that gag, dude. But I think with Comic Con this year, there was a lot of good stuff that also came out, like the new Hot Toy figures that were announced for the new Deadpool Wolverine movie. A bunch of different AMC merch looked good.
DC Studios new logo.
DC Studio, yeah, we didn't talk about that. I'm surprised we didn't. DC got a new logo.
That was the first day of Comic Con, right?
No, it was yesterday.
No,
it was
a couple days ago.
Maybe 2 days ago. 2-3 days ago. Well, 2 or 3 days from today. I think it was like Saturday when it was announced.
It looks great.
It looks great, and it's cool. That's what I liked about it.
I like it.
I don't like the the silhouette opening they did of the last ones.
Hated it.
Didn't like it that
Because it
much.
just didn't it kind of look like AI, kind of like
It
it
just
just like with
yeah.
the like proportions are just too rubbery.
It did. It looked a little. It looked like the unfinished product of something. Like it was like in the middle of it, and they just were like, just release it.
Just like unfinished visual effects.
Exactly. That's exactly what it looked like. And I think this one feels very much like you're peering into like a comic book.
What's amazing about like having James Gunn is like I feel like lately with like the DC movies or even comics especially, like they've been slightly embarrassed about like their past traditions and
Yeah.
origins.
Oh, yeah.
And like with James Gunn is like, no, let's embrace
Yeah.
the let's embrace our like, let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
go back and see why we were so special.
Yeah.
And like with the old school Superman, like
First-
the very first
one,
just
just-
breaking the chain.
Oh.
And then we see that like DC with the stars. And it's like
I
we're
liked the
back.
stars.
Yeah.
I liked the stars a lot when that was.
Every time I see that like DC logo on a comic book in a comic book shop, I was like, you are old.
Oh, the one, yeah. The kind
Yeah.
of looks like the Astros logo. Yeah.
You have been around.
No. And what I liked about it is it gave a different. It gave more. It gave. I'm weirdly saying for me, it gave a more optimistic vibe. It has brighter blues. It's not so dark and menacing. It felt inspiring,
Mhm.
which I think the DC movies still they're down here.
Like,
they need to do a lot, and
It's so crazy that like the ones that aren't connected to the universe are the best ones.
like the Dark Knight.
The Batman, the Christopher Nolan movies.
Do you know what they call
Joker,
that, by the way? It's called the Epic Crime Saga verse or something like that.
The
Epic Crime World or something like that. That's what they're calling the Batman's world.
I think
It's kind of cool.
it is kind of cool. I don't I like it actually.
I mean, it's temporary, but I think like epic in terms of like story, not like epic. Like
Like the crime saga. That I like that.
Yeah.
It's like if when they release all of their spin-offs and movies, they'll probably do it in like a box set and then name it like, the crime saga. Like, like they'll have it like case files for like Batman of like his like, his time in the streets. That would be really cool. Because that was what Arkham,
my shorts just got tight. That sounds sick, dude.
right?
Oh my God. Yeah, I can imagine the box set having it be the Batman logo. And so when you take one out, it's just a bit of
And
piece
then
of
you have
metal.
like Colin Farrell, maybe Barry Keoghan's Joker, and they're all doing like the police lineup.
That'd be cool. I just feel like there could be good art
Really
on
good.
that box. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, they officially not and Creature Commandos got an official trailer.
Got an official trailer. The animation,
Look good.
liked it.
Very, very
I
smooth.
like 2D. I like the 2D.
I love the 2D and it had more vibrant colors than
Mhm.
anticipated. It feels very in terms of color and like style, it looks very superhero squad in terms of like bright color and
Yeah.
vibrance, but it has a very nice finishing look on the
And
2D.
you know what? Watching that trailer and thinking about it and seeing James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, I can see them in live action. I can
Yes.
see them in live action.
We did talk about that for a little bit. That this Creature Commandos, I think, has like having one episode in live action, which I'm assuming is going to be the finale.
Yeah.
Because you said, or maybe not, maybe one of them, because you said the finale could have a tease to Superman, which Rick Flag Sr. is confirmed to be in that.
Yep.
Frank Remlo,
Yeah.
got a
And James Gunn
Confirmed.
is working on both projects.
I didn't know he was
I-
working on Creature Commandos. I didn't know he was doing that.
James Gunn?
I didn't know he was doing that. I thought he was
Oh.
just producing it.
Oh no. He was writing it and directing it.
I must just have busiest schedule.
But the coolest job ever.
I know, you get to run the company and make shit in it.
Yeah.
I was gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm
And
pretty
like,
cool, man.
tell Peter Safran is like, hey, I'm gonna need you to work on those reports while I
Yeah,
go play with Superman.
100%. Sorry, I want to make sure that we're recording. I would hate to lose all of this again. I've done that too many times.
Yeah.
When I was doing our Deadpool and Wolverine video, I gotta check again. Sorry, recording. Great. Sorry, when I did the predictions video we posted a few days ago. That was my third attempt because I didn't record the first two. I'm a dumbass.
You guys should see when we park a car, he just hits the lock button like
Yeah,
15
I think it's my anxiety.
I'm the same way with locking doors.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's
Um,
the wall. But Creature Commandos looks good. Alan Tudyk sounds great as Dr. Phosphorus. Rick Flex Sr., Frank Gumlow. Weasel's back. My boy.
Weasel's back.
He's back. Frankenstein, the Bride.
Looks good.
GI
There's gonna be
Commander.
a lot of weird porn searches with her.
Probably.
Yeah.
I can already imagine it. That's not going to be fun. Why was that your first go-to?
Because like go home.
Okay. I do think though it's funny that David Arbor is now dipping both toes in DC and Marvel as Frankenstein.
Oh, he's playing Frankenstein?
Is he not? I thought he was. I could have sworn he was.
I
Hold
didn't
on.
hear that.
Yeah, no, the cast list had uh, um, David Arbor on there.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Let's see.
Good for him.
Anya Chalarota, I hope I'm saying that right, is playing Cerise. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. Sean Gunn is both Weasel and GI Robot.
Yeah,
That's cool. Alan Tudyk. Sophie and I love him. He's just so
he's
great.
hilarious.
Dr. Phosphorus, David Arbor as Eric Frankenstein. Indra Varma as the Bride of Frankenstein, or the Bride. Maria Bakalova is Yana Rostovic. She was Cosmo in Guardians 3. She was in the sequel to Borat. I know she's done other stuff like Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. That's the other one she did.
Just haven't seen it.
Frank Grillo, Rick Flag Sr., and Steve Agee, who you know as John Economos, is back as John Economos. Thought that was gonna be a bigger pitch. But no, that's a good cast. I know that they were picking people for both live action, back and forth.
Yeah, because
They're gonna just like pop out like that one Timmy Turner, Jimmy Neutron episode where they just kept crossing back and forth.
I think that they'll probably. I don't think it's. I don't know what
I don't
they're
know.
gonna do, but I'm sure it's gonna be very special. And they're gonna have one live action episode, and I do think that I do think that Superman is gonna pop up or at least have like a little mention or like a picture
Like a boot and the cape or something. Like I just want to know
or
that
like a
he's there.
news feed or
Something. The newspaper. Yeah, something maybe like a Daily Planet thing that he
Yeah.
wrote. That'd be cool.
because like James Gunn, he's trying
Oh
to
my god, maybe
establish.
Clark Kent is a reporter reporting on the team.
Hey, that would be pretty
Oh,
cool.
that'd be sick.
You know, it's like they're out in
Ooh.
public, and then like
Yeah.
Clark is just like, huh, this is very, and
Yeah, or
then
maybe we get like a Cat Grant or Steve Lombard cameo. Like someone from that movie in this movie.
yeah,
That'd be cool.
Peacemaker season 2 is also being filmed currently.
Yeah, and that's in the DCEU because in the set photo that dropped, it showed him, the White Dragon, and it looked another character that could be his brother.
Hmm.
And the helmet looked different, the suit looked different. The White Dragon is now red and blue and white, not red and white. Still a weird name. Like I get he's a racist, so you gotta like make it obvious. But it felt like the red was more of like bad guy color. I guess blue seems like they're more like I don't know, like a I don't even know what to think of it. I'm so lost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's not a whole lot to go by other than that Rick Flag
All right, I'll check one more time. I had to check. So sorry. Continue.
Rick Flag Sr. is going to be like pursuing Peacemaker and trying to get revenge because
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
Because I don't know why. Whenever I assume a junior, the senior is always out of the picture.
yeah.
But I forgot that
I'm
he's
glad
gonna
that
live.
it's Frank Grillo.
Yeah, great casting. Joel Kinnaman and Frank Grillo, really just stellar. Yeah, those are cut dudes.
Those fights are gonna be sick.
And
The
you know,
Peacemaker fights were amazing in the show.
I love my favorite one. Favorite fight on 3. 1, 2, 3.
The
Finale. Yes. Sweet. Okay, that was sick.
Thank you.
I love that one.
I was gonna throw in a little curve, but I was like, I'm gonna be nice.
What are you gonna
this
do?
one.
Oh, when they're in the warehouse?
I was just gonna go when they're tied up. Yeah, you remember like when he was like he was trying to cut the baby toe off, and he's like, don't cut the baby toe
That was a
off.
fight?
No, it wasn't. I was just
Oh,
showing
okay.
looking at-
Naturally, your normal curveballs. Okay.
Yeah, I'm also a little congested, so no sarcasm awareness whatsoever.
Sorry.
I felt bad for him. He spent the entire day of me just doing.
Yeah, what a wonderful sound for them to hear. It's 9 for some people.
Yeah, but we were okay. Do you want to go? Wait, did we cover every single thing at Comic Con?
Not everything. I'm sure we missed something. Thunderbolts. Apparently, that to no one's surprise, Florence Pugh is a knockout in that movie. She's been stellar.
She's always a knockout.
She's great.
Oh, Thunderbolts was also going to be appearing in Avengers Doomsday alongside
will.
Fantastic Four.
Will. Yeah. How did we forget all of that? Sorry. Let me check my. I've liked a lot of. I saved some stuff on Instagram. I'm trying to see whatever else they. Invincible. Season 3 dropped poster for the blue and black suit. Looks stupid good. And then the renewal for season 4. Looks great. How long do you think that series is really gonna last?
I think it's gonna last for a minute.
You
like
think?
a while.
I'm gonna guess no more than 8 seasons. I mean,
I can
8
see.
being generous. 6,
I
I
can
hope
see
ideal.
it. I can see it.
Because
I just
they're
hope that
rushing a
people
lot.
don't get tired of it.
Well, because if spoiler free on this, you've read the whole thing, have you?
Not the whole
Okay,
thing.
where
It's dense.
it's dense. That's why I'm saying they could probably do a lot with it because, in my opinion, they are going to be probably breaking down the. If we're going by omnibus, the second omnibus or compendium. Sorry, if we're going by compendium, the second compendium.
This one shit gets real.
This is where it gets real. I bet this if we're going by compendium, because the first 2 seasons were the first compendium. The second one, I can see it being sprawled out into 3 series. If they really, really want to actually tell a good story. Because if they rush any of those big moments, any of those 3 huge moments, it's game over. Because I'm glad they changed a lot with Anissa. Very glad they changed a lot of things with Anissa.
And Mark's girlfriend as well.
I like that change.
I
Zazie
that-
Beetz is fantastic, but I'm talking about what happened between him and Anissa, Mark and Anissa.
Oh,
Do you know about? Okay,
That's
horrible. She's the literal worst being of all time. We'll talk about it later.
wait.
No, we'll talk about
I
it.
know. I'm just gonna say. I think I know
And-
who you're talking about.
Yeah, the woman, the
Mhm.
woman from
Mhm.
terrible. She was awful. Rotten hell from the comics. I'm so glad in the show they changed it because that was going to be either hard to pitch or even harder to watch. I'm so glad they didn't do that. I'm glad they just only fought.
Robert Kirkman also took this opportunity of making Invincible, and he saw it as like a second draft.
I bet because that when that first one came out, there's a lot of like an awkward moment between him and Amber's dad, Mark and Amber's dad. You know about that one?
In the show
Comics.
Yeah.
That weird monologue he gets into.
It's
Yucky. Like this off. Moving from that, that looks great. I hope the cast comes back. I'm just glad they changed a lot of stuff from comics to show. Super. My Adventures with Superman season 3. If you guys are watching that, you should. Superboy's coming in there, and it looks great.
great.
Oh, Giancarlo got an update for a character. He is playing the Serpent. Oh, he's playing the leader of the Serpent Society. I can't remember his name. Like, it has a cool name, Wind Up or something like that. Hold on. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, underwhelming.
Signwinder.
Underwhelming reveal because I really didn't like how he was like, you guys are already gonna believe I'm gonna get my own Disney Plus show. Like it's.
I thought GW Bridge would have been a great character for him. So I guess he's playing both.
I don't know.
I liked him. He's still pretty great.
He's a great actor, but
Yeah.
I wish that honestly I wish he was Doom.
Dude, he's such a good Doom. But I do want him to play other characters other than the menacing smart villain. I want him to branch out a little bit.
Yeah, but
He would
like
be
an
great.
Iron Man helmet where his voice is kind of modulated a little bit. Can you imagine
Oh, I have.
him
I've imagined
monologuing to the Fantastic Four?
I would have loved to have him monologue to the Fantastic Four. But I have told you my dream Doom casting is Henry Cavill's build, him in the suit, and Maurice something who does the voice animations for Avengers Assemble would have been my perfect Doom. I'm just saying. We'll wrap up the Comic Con stuff here. Jensen Ackles is getting his own spin-off series for The Boys, and he's also returning for season 5, as well as they're going to play Stormfront's coming back.
Oh yeah,
I'm excited. I liked it by Soldier Boy.
More Soldier Boy.
He's great. Douchey Captain America's coming back. Robert Pullman, Lewis Pullman, reveals that his character's name is Bob, which is really close to Robert Reynolds' Sentry. So there's that. Can't think of anything else with Comic Con. You have anything?
Not really. Not really. I mean, it was a pretty decent San Diego Comic Con.
Very dense.
Very,
Very
very
dense.
dense. We got so much information, but also not enough to be super, super excited, other than the big
Yeah.
big three, Fantastic Four, Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars.
Oh, I mean, we did get a new Transformers 1 trailer and poster.
It's not exciting.
I know you're not excited for it. I like it.
I like the animation. I brought up a good point. I like how I called my own point a good point. But like it
I'm
reminds
so smart.
I'm so big.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, they did have that
but
cool drone show.
they did,
That
and
was nice.
the Transformers One movie just looks like Illumination Studios that made the Minions
Yeah.
and Despicable Me,
People
like
just
had a
think it's the
Transformer
best.
skin,
That's the thing. People think it's the best Transformers movie and the best of Paramount.
but it's also not saying much
That
because
is
of the
true.
Transformers movies.
I will say you're not when the bar sets so low, jumping over is not that hard. But I feel like with the Transformers movie, it's so much easier to do in the animation than it ever would have been in live action with CGI. Because you can do a lot in animation. We have talked about this where we can do a lot in something where it's like we talked about the Star Wars, the Clone Wars. You can never do the Clone Wars live action, specifically their fight scenes, like the Ahsoka Darth Maul fight scene. You could never pull that off in live action and see it that easy because that was so fluid, man. Because I know they did motion capture for it, so they technically did, but even then, it's amplified with the
Yeah.
animation. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot.
I mean, I definitely wouldn't want a live action Transformers movie,
I'm okay with
but animation, I kind of would have preferred like in that animation style, but just toned down like the jokey shit. Like, cause everybody's joking, including Optimus Prime, to like a very
that. Well, I mean, I think it's
marvelous, like Marvel kind of like humor,
Mm.
where it just because everybody, including me, not everybody, but like most people were very confused when like Optimus and Megatron are riffing with each other, and I'm like,
This was like when they were
or
friends and
or
everything. So like,
Bumblebee calling himself Badass Tron.
I mean, it's Keegan Michael Key though.
I know.
Come on. I mean, I'm not having like the highest hopes. Like, I'm not having like something I've been waiting for. This isn't my Doctor Doom. I'll say that. This is not my Doom.
It's not my Doctor Doom
Not my
either.
Doom.
I'm just
It's not my cup of Doom.
eh.
No, it's fine. You know, I'm excited because I can probably watch it with my nephews. That's it.
Way to
I can't
make
think
it
of anything else
wholesome
with
of me.
Comic-Con. Yeah. Anything else with Comic Con? I'm kind of glad Marvel didn't actually talk about a lot. They did say that Blade is officially rated R, which is good. Kevin Feige said they're really taking their time because they want to tell the most important story with Blade. I agree because setting it in the 1800s with his daughter as like the main character or stuff like that made no sense. So I'm glad they're making a bit of a change.
I think they're also probably taking the most amount of time making sure this is right
Yeah.
is because Blade is supposed to set up the Midnight Suns.
So because we
Because
have Doctor
Ghost,
Doom,
we got
no,
Ghost Rider coming.
Ghost Rider coming. We have Doctor Strange in there already. Could be happening with the next movie he's been doing. We
Elsa
have Moon
Bloodstone.
Knight. Elsa Bloodstone. Yeah, I totally forgot about her. I mean, there's so many great characters that we definitely need, and I'm glad they're there. So I think that wraps up Comic Con. Do you think
Yeah.
there's anything else in there?
No, I can't think of anything else.
It was I was going to appear off into Comic Con. I know that during Comic Con they announced that SAG-AFTRA is in a new strike right now. This time is with the video games division. So yeah, we're definitely on board there. So they are just working on a new contract right now. I believe it's to fight against, of course, AI. They are working on They came to an agreement on Friday, effective July 26th. Voter strike comes in more of the year after negotiations without a deal. So they've been doing on. I remember we talked about briefly last year during the writer strike and actor strike that the video games might be going on strike soon. And so after a year and a half of negotiations, they really have not really found a deal. Of course, this is all against AI and the use of AI in their what's the word market, their job, because I feel like it is pretty heavy that people are trying to just start using AI for everything. So,
Yeah, Wally's gonna steal my job.
and at the same time, SAG-AFTRA also did announce something about like AI. It was a complicated thing, but good luck with SAG-AFTRA. I really hope that the strike doesn't really last as long as the last one because that was crazy long. It was like almost 3 or 4 months. I hope they get a deal fast. I hope it doesn't last long for the sake that they should not the actors the I don't know what guild that is for video games
For video games?
because I know it's the AMPTP and IATSE. You know, the AMPTP was the one for movies, so I don't know which one it is for the games, but I hope they understand. Don't like do what they did last year, so I hope that goes well.
Yeah.
And I just
They're gonna they'll probably ideally not, but probably like extend the strike as long as they have to.
Well, they
Just
definitely
to
will.
like
They'll do what they need to do, and we're totally on board. I'm glad that
Yeah.
they're taking a stand and trying to get the protection they deserve, and with other protections. Let's talk about Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh,
So we're gonna first
timeline.
we're first gonna do spoiler free. If you want to skip spoiler free, you can go to spoilers. Go here. If you want to watch spoilers, we're gonna do another one where they can skip spoiler and then go to the ending part. So
To go past spoiler free, go to 44 minutes and 13 seconds.
that timestamp for spoilers if you want to skip spoiler free, but you should. It's fun. It's still a good movie. So we went first time last night, Saturday, second time Saturday as well. I saw Friday, Saturday, back to back,
Yeah.
back to back. And
Let's hope for a third one today.
really,
I could watch it again.
I could too. That's a good one.
We need a movie like this. Like we really need a movie like this.
Pretty good.
It's like you remember what Cameron was saying? It was like if this doesn't go well,
Yeah. So
slippery slope.
Cameron, I was really wanting this to be good because he said he feels like the future of Marvel's on this movie, and he wasn't wrong. He really wasn't because it's
He wasn't wrong, but he also wasn't entire. Like I don't like what is
like
the
after
future
watching.
mean?
Well, okay, so I think he meant with pop culture, like
Okay.
the future of Marvel's crowd, not like necessarily like the MCU, but he was saying like Marvel lost a little bit of their crowd, which
Absolutely
he's
correct.
not wrong, but he was thinking that this movie will essentially revive that love, and he's not wrong as well. They were good points. His review on Letterboxd was wait, hold on, I gotta find out an actor in this movie because I can't remember his name. Okay, so he saw it twice as well. He saw this one. The first review he got was funny. I laughed. Let's try telling a story next time. Functions more as a state of the franchise speech than an actual movie. And I can't disagree because my review as of right now is still 8.5. Not to say that it's a bad 8.5. It's a solid 8.5.
Yeah.
Truly. Because the laughs are great. The jokes, fantastic. There's jokes all across the board. It's never just singular one thing. It's not so much Fox, not so much Disney. It was a good mix of both. But I just wish there was a little bit more villain. I wish there was a little bit more story. And I liked the girl that played Cassandra Nova. I just had the cast up. Why did I pull it away? Emma Corrin. She was great. I just wish we got more.
I can understand the criticisms with it not having so much of a story, just because like I give Deadpool a lot of free passes just because he is a non-traditional kind of character who breaks the fourth wall. He'll do wacky and zany things. Some of that will be, that will like hurt a movie, sort of like Thor: Love and Thunder, when like Thor Ragnarok is like, this guy's a really goofy guy. Let's go all wacky and zany with it, and the movie crumbles because of it. But with the talent and thoughtfulness and creativity of Ryan Reynolds, Sean Levy, the entire team, I think that they understand what the movie really needed in terms of like, with Cassandra Nova, for instance, as a character, I'd say you have to put a little more thought into why and what she is doing, but for all in all, like she's not the main focus of the movie and she doesn't have that much screen time. And she eventually does do the same Marvelisms of like, the world is ending, she's trying to destroy it. But the stars of the movie are the people that are on the title, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman's biceps.
Hugh Jackman is jacked, man.
Huge jacked man.
Yeah, Deadpool checks him out a few times too.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. Hugh looks great.
Dude is cut.
He is cut.
Like diced chicken.
I honestly, the movie.
That's bad.
6,000 calories a day, Hugh Jackman.
Did he really?
Yeah. He was touring.
6,000 calories a day.
Hugh Jackman was touring, and that used to be his like diet. And so when he was touring, like he on the stage, he ripped his pants because he was bulking again. He was gaining weight. And I think Hugh Jackman in an interview, somebody was working with him, and she checked them out. She's like, they're back. Something like
Oh my God. 6,000.
yeah. But I mean, you're Wolverine.
Oh, I
You got to
get
do it.
Dude,
And he
love it.
during the entire tour, it looked like he was enjoying himself.
Yeah,
It
that's
was really nice. Really
Good. Good. Sorry, you were saying with the movie though.
No, yeah, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
No,
I can't really think of anything I wanted in the movie, like any like wishes that I like. I don't know. I just wanted to have a good time. I had my expectations rightfully high, and they surpassed them every single time. We were talking about comedies where, like, the best comedies are the ones where you can quote the lines over and over again with family and friends.
yeah.
And there is a lot of them. Even after the
So
movie or
many.
this morning, we were riffing.
There's so many. And
There's
we'll say
Well,
this-
yeah, we'll save 'em, we'll save 'em.
From 1 to 10 though.
from 1 to
Since
10.
you've seen it twice and you slept on it now.
I'd give it a solid 9.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, my 8.5, 8 is not like a -8. It's a
oh no,
solid
no, I
fucking 8.
understand. Especially with
I guess maybe it's my fault because
It's not your fault.
Well, hold on. Maybe it's my fault because I built a bigger story in my head. I built a plot in my head, and I think because I didn't necessarily follow it to that extreme degree of it, I was hoping of a story. And I'm not saying like, oh, include like every Star Wars fan that cries. I just wish there was a bigger story because if
Yeah.
it's a 2-hour runtime, I would like
yeah.
substance. But it doesn't mean I didn't enjoy myself. I was laughing. I was like hacking along halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
Man. Oh my God.
We were
So good.
both coughing.
It was so funny. I mean, I felt bad for the people next to us because I'm very annoying when I laugh. I don't have a good laugh. But
You were freaking out around the
oh my
around
God.
you and this guy you were sitting
Oh my God, the dude next to me
both,
you
were freaking out.
I almost like looked at him, I was like, dude, that guy was sick. Unlike that one girl that freaked out in the crowd, we were waiting for the movie. That was
Yeah.
we're not gonna go into that, but there was a woman that cussed out a dude hard.
And she worked there.
She did. That was she did not look like she was
And
having
we're
a
not
good
making
day.
fun of her at all.
No, but
because
she-
James brought up a good point where
It was
it's
like-
like the customer wasn't making it that
No.
great, and she was probably having a bad day.
She was. We talked to her earlier. She looked tired because
She
those
looked-
movie
yeah.
workers, those movie guys, you saw how that movie place looked. No one helped them out.
No.
Literally every man for
Trash
himself.
everywhere.
Trash was everywhere. Again, not their fault. They have like a billion things to do, so it's understandable that trash is probably the last thing they have to get to. I felt bad.
Especially when they're about to close, they're just gonna take
It's
care of that later.
11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
They don't want to be there. So it's like I
Yeah.
feel like every PSA, throw your trash away. It's I know it's not your job, but it's also like it doesn't hurt. I'm on another thing. That woman, she looked like she's already had a bad day, and those guys that she was yelling at weren't helping the situation at all.
Yeah.
I'm not pointing the finger or anything, but you definitely felt the air leave the room afterwards.
Yeah.
But then everyone
Ev-
was cool in like 2 seconds.
I felt every single butthole clench.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
there's that, but I felt bad for her. We didn't see her the rest of the night. She was gone. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
she left from the back, and
I hope they didn't.
I
It's not like we were like instigating. We
Worst-
just saw it happen.
worst case scenario is she's gonna get
Or
written
leave,
up, or
yeah.
like just, hey, take a few days off.
I hope so.
Those
Those movie workers work bone and like they work their fingers to the bone, man. They work bone hours.
yeah,
That's on the point of the movie.
Yeah.
Overall, ton of fun. Ton of fun.
ton of fun.
Good drink. I like the cocktail.
I wish I tried yours. It looked
Do you
good.
like lime that
I
much?
like lime.
You should have gotten that one then.
But like I wanted to be on brand with
No,
us.
I know. I just
I still liked my drink. It's just
what was yours again? Strawberry or something?
it was strawberry with a ton of alcohol. That
Was it like passion fruit though? There was like 2 fruits. Strawberry and whatever. It looked good. It was nice. The guy what was his name? Dawson, who was making the drink? Darwin?
I think so.
Something like that. He was
Regardless,
cool.
Gentleman, very
Yeah,
nice.
Awesome guy to talk in the bar. Spoiler, so this is not spoilers. Spoiler filled. Holy shit, dude.
3,
Yeah.
2,
To pass spoiler filled, go to 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 49 seconds.
1. Now.
Spoilers.
We're in
We're welcome to spoiler territory. Where do you want to start?
All right.
Where do you want to start? So
So,
by the time this movie's out, or by the time this episode's out, the movie's gonna be almost a week out.
what was the biggest surprise for you?
Biggest surprise for me was Blade.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise for me was Blade. I think the thing I liked though was the tease of Chris Evans, where you thought it was Captain America.
You were saying, he's like, oh my God, Captain
I
America.
was like, oh, it's Captain America. It's cool because you saw the bands. It was wrapped in a certain way. I was like, cool. And then he started talking. I'm like, no,
Because he was like, cussing.
no,
He was cussing.
Well, he was just like he had a different attitude. I was like, no way. And then you see the
Claymon!
oh, I'm so good, dude. And I love how when he crashed, he's like, we're not with him. Like it was.
I don't
so
even
good.
know him.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman's timing was great. I have asked for very little, and I got a lot. I got a lot. I mean, Apocalypse, Uncanny, Jim, Brown and Yellow, Old Man Logan,
Short King.
Short King. Oh, oh. I don't know. I don't know if you heard me in the movie. I looked over and like, my shorts are tight, man, or something like that. I was like, dude, this movie's so. I wish though.
You were slipping out of your seat.
I was. I do wish though. We got more screen time with Colossus.
Yeah,
Just like in like Dopin.
but like he has a different costume now. It's kind of nice.
Very X-Men.
Very right.
More. It was mainly the bracers. That's what I think was the main change.
Yeah.
And then of course we got Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, Yukio, loving their dynamic. I wish we get more. I'm glad that we got a good Yukio because I know we got Yukio in the second movie, in the second X-Men movie. No, Last Stand, third one.
Yeah.
Not that good.
Nobody remembers that.
I didn't even know that was her. Did you know that kid was supposed to be Leech?
The kid?
The kid in the third X-Men movie that takes away your powers.
Supposed to be
Leech.
Leech?
That kid was supposed to be Leech.
That would have been cool
If we knew that.
if we knew
I
it.
knew that. I found that out 20 years after the movie came out. 15 years after I saw it.
Nobody was, no, even 20 years ago, nobody was wanting to talk about like, oh, the cool Easter eggs in Last Stand. Everybody was collectively like, okay,
I feel bad for the guy that played Angel in that movie. He was the only guy to wear the suit for the promo. He never was in the final act.
dude, Optimus primed him. Transformers 2 and Transformers The Last Night.
Yes. Yeah. Never did see The Last Night, but I do know about Transformers 2.
Yeah. I like the line Optimus says where he's like, I'm gonna kill you. All of you.
Yeah, no, I mean,
Dude.
who's your favorite I know we're off topic now. Who's your favorite Transformer? On 3. You have it?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
on 3. 1, 2, 3. Optimus Prime. Yeah, okay. Because he's just
He's so
awesome.
good.
He's so good.
He's the leader you want to be.
Love Bumblebee. But Prime's got that upper hand on him. Bumblebee's sick as hell. That's Sophia's favorite. Loves Bumblebee.
Yeah, like Optimus has that leadership and way of like getting you to do a mission or do something where he can probably convince your daughter to go on OnlyFans and convince you to be okay with it. He is that great with his speeches.
He's great with his speeches. That's not a topic I think you'd have to ever bring up.
But he can do that.
I don't think
He can do that.
we're gonna disagree there. I will say though, there are days where I'm in bed. I'm like, I just work and I play his speech. I'm like, all right, maybe I can tackle him today.
I am Jack.
Yeah, no. Then I just get up and I start playing that one Linkin Park song. It just was, if my morning routine was made in 2006, like the whole thing. Back on topic, Deadpool.
If Michael Bay directed your life.
Oh god, that'd be awful. Pain and Gain, that would be the movie I'd pick. What was the cameo you didn't see coming?
I really didn't see Blade.
Blade was just
it's like you understanding the backstory of Blade Trinity, because like
which is so good that gag they do.
Ryan Reynolds, one of like his only, I feel like he has a few, but like he said like his biggest pet peeve is tardiness and lateness. Like he's like, hey, you need to be on time.
Bet he didn't like work with Dwayne Johnson then.
Yeah. But like he's not gonna bring that up. He's not the kind of person to bring.
No, I know he doesn't call shit out.
No,
unless he's dressed as Deadpool.
Unless he's
dressed as Deadpool, he's getting paid for it.
He's gonna get paid to make a jab or a joke. But like Jennifer Garner, I expected her to be in the movie. I expected her to be in the movie just because of the trailer. We saw like
it was just a bit. I saw a little bit of the costume.
Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Wild. So wild.
Didn't I call that? I called that it was going to be Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Yeah, I thought you were definitely right about his acts in the movie. I thought it was gonna be him for like 10 seconds max. I thought it was gonna be barely in the movie.
No, because like because I had an assumption that like they were going to be a part of like a team or like the Anarchy
Yeah,
Avengers.
you had
Where it's like
You had
Deadpool's going to need some help in some former function. But we
so
got
great.
we dude.
So
Dude.
great.
I was really surprised.
Ah.
Like my biggest surprises was that they were supporting characters.
They
weren't
weren't just cameos. They were actual people.
They had roles, they had stakes.
They had emotions.
Yeah.
They had an emotional moment. I felt bad.
My standout from was Blade. Where
Yes.
he goes, is like, we didn't even get a chance to fight for our world. Like everyone's forgotten about us. And Blade is so cool in this movie.
Blade. I do wish we got the katana, not the little machete.
Yeah.
But he still did the he did the thing with the thing. Oh,
we're nerds. He's like
there were so many times in the movie I was like,
you kept up pointing up on the screen.
I know.
Like, this is so cute.
It was like, like I couldn't stop because there was so many things. I was like, oh, the needle from Ontario. Oh,
the crashed donut.
He crashed donut. Yeah,
Infinity War.
Asgard. The Asgard's
yeah
castle.
Yeah. The just Asgard.
Well, Asgard's the place.
Oh, the Thor's apartment
Castle.
I think. I don't know what to call it.
Iconic building of
Yeah,
Asgard,
it's the gold. It's the gold. It looks like the Disney castle.
Kind of, yeah. And I was saying, Daphne Keane was fantastic as Laura. I loved how they gave her the glasses that she stole from the gas station in Logan. But I mean, I didn't register how far apart Logan and Deadpool and Wolverine was. So Logan was 2017. She was born in 2005, so she was around 12, 11 years old, maybe even 10 when that movie came, when they were recording that movie.
And it was her first movie.
That's her like first big motion picture. Which, way to go on your agent. Way to go for Laura.
They kicked her right into the finish line.
Laura brought the emotion. She's fantastic. Even as X-23, who says like 17 words or something, honestly, and then bam, kills it. And then 2024, where she's almost 20.
Yep.
It's like that age gap doesn't make sense to me because that means we're old.
Yeah.
That means Elektra came out, I think, like in 2003, right?
Yeah.
So that's like
yesterday we found out that we're getting old.
Really?
Found it.
We went down the Target aisle and we saw the new Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games video game, and I was like, I remember when they came out for the Wii. We almost started crying in the Target aisle.
You showed me a meme that was like in the 2000s the 80s was considered old. Now the 2000s is considered older.
No, it's like movies that in the 2000s, movies that came movies that came out in the 2000s are to what movies in the 1980s were in the 2000s. Like they're 20 years apart.
Yeah,
that's super old.
Yeah,
I just didn't like that. What year did Elektra came out?
2006.
5. So that's almost a 20-year gap, give or take, for that role with Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Garner kicked ass.
They made her cool again.
They made her real
cool.
Oh, there was also that line that I love so much of like Punisher and Daredevil, they came in but they didn't make it, and then like Deadpool was like, oh Daredevil, I'm so sorry, and Jennifer Garner's like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, and I thought I took that as like no one really cared for the movie. That's what I took as well.
I took it the way you should have taken it was like the marriage with Ben Affleck. And that was not the only one. That was not the only one.
Oh my God.
Deadpool jabbed at Hugh Jackman's divorce too, which was wild. But you have to be close friends.
They're close.
Yeah.
And by the way, Blade came out like 26-ish years ago. That 1998.
Some motherfuckers
Wesley's
still ice skating uphill.
Wesley hasn't aged a second.
He
I liked the white, the salt and pepper beard with it.
Yeah.
So good.
So good.
Johnny Storm's back. B-15 was fun. Pyro. Wish we got a little more of that.
Yeah.
Just sucking the fire out of Johnny didn't really do much.
I felt like we got a lot more than expected from Pyro.
A lot more. Just wanted a little more.
Oh, you're talking about with his powers?
He's everything.
Yeah.
He's everything.
I get that.
Rob McElhenney got a cameo in the movie as a TVA soldier, but he was cut from the movie.
Yeah, he went on Twitter about that.
Yeah, awesome. Perfect.
Hilarious.
Juggernaut was fun, played by Aaron W. Reed. Dogpool, Peggy the dog, Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Just a beautiful icon.
Hilarious.
So great. I thought that they would have given like subtitles when she barked. I'm glad they did.
I'm okay with it.
I'm glad they did. And then I want to first jump into the pool core, the Deadpool core.
I had mixed feelings about it.
What are the? Yeah, go first.
So the Deadpool core only show up in one long scene,
Great scene.
and it was an incredible. Probably will go down as the greatest Marvel fight. I honestly,
Pretty close.
I'm gonna say this. All right, just knock on wood. I consider it the best fight in the MCU.
Really? The bus.
It says
the bus.
so
The
much.
bus fight.
Yes, it says so much. We see them both mow down. We see two characters that are actually capable of killing
Violence, yeah.
in horrific violence, like hundreds of Deadpool. No, I wouldn't say hundreds, but
About
a whole lot more than like we've seen other characters like mow down. Like we like, dude, it's just like, do you understand?
I don't disagree with you. In my opinion, the best fight in the MCU.
And with the song Like a Prayer as
Beautiful.
well.
I love the orchestra.
The
in the end.
choreography.
Perfect. The
We
chorus.
see the berserker rage.
Beautiful.
And
And the helmet.
the helmet.
The freaking cow. And I was like, you were just saving that for the end. Is so good.
Only when I'm killing.
Yeah. Oh. And the fact that was real.
Yeah.
Like, I know when they pull it up as CGI. But
Yeah.
past that,
It's a real
helmet.
mask.
That's the myth.
People were so worried.
I know. I was so that they didn't go nanotech because I would have walked out.
I told you guys.
I'm
told
telling
you
you
Brian
this.
would never do that.
I know. We didn't disagree. I'm just saying. Which I'm glad they didn't. But I'm saying the second that goes on auction, buying it for sure. Ziploc. I'm gonna shrink wrap it, Ziploc it, put in a fireproof safe.
Sophia's gonna divorce you, but I will take you in. I will
Dude.
take you in.
So much debt. She doesn't watch their stuff.
It's okay.
But she'll know when I get it.
I'm coming for you.
Whatever. I don't think it's a bad fight. I think the best fight, in my opinion, is Cap versus Thanos. That's me.
Yeah, I mean I'm not gonna
Fantastic.
argue with that.
Fantastic.
I'd consider it the best. There are multiple
There's so many
fights
good
in
fights,
this
though.
movie where I'm like, that's the best one. No, that's the best
I will
one.
say out of
That's
the
best one.
movie, the fight between Deadpool and Wolverine is the best in the movie.
Hell's Bells.
Hell's Bells.
Dude, he was just like crawling.
He was crawling. He was the Wolverine. Like they didn't pull any punches with it. They did so good.
We're in an age like Hugh Jackman comes from an age in like comic book movies where comic book movies at that time were still embarrassed to be comic book movies. And now
They tried
we're
making it like the Matrix. That's why they did the black leather.
yeah, because the Matrix was coming out and
Huge.
you know
It was
but-
out by that point.
But we're now at a point where like we've been, you know, like we're a little desensitized. So like we come to expect this from our superheroes because like the MCU definitely helped with like swinging for the fences with all of the decisions they've ever made with comic accuracy, comic bookism, inspirations where now we are
to build expectations.
we're in a very grateful position where we get to see Hugh Jackman just mow the and that move where like you know his claws were caught in the sword, he detracts
Oh,
it,
and
punches
just-
him, he punches him and then stabs him some more.
Oh, it's so good. That shook the camera a lot. That wasn't good. Thing is,
Oh my God.
so good.
I still consider the car fight the best one.
That was fun.
That was
That was a lot of fun.
yeah because he
Yeah, it's so much fun. He's like, I know it's a Toyota, great, or something like that. Like Toyota rules.
my God, he's like,
That's so good.
I'm going to fight you now.
Yeah, no,
You've never seen him like
no.
that.
It was just like
He got his feelings hurt.
it was hurt. It was so good. I'm gonna say that the bit where he's giving the monologue where he kills the X-Men, you find out that he kills the X-Men.
He didn't kill the
No.
X-Men. He got he left the X.
That's right.
And got drunk at a bar, and when he got back,
But I thought you said that he just kept killing.
he turned the humans against mutants because he got mad.
Oh, that's
So
right.
he killed all the humans, and then he kept killing them, and even innocent ones,
That's
because
right.
he was in.
I misread that. Sorry. Got the X-Men killed.
Yeah. Well, it technically wasn't his fault, but
But-
he was like, if he was there, he would have helped.
Yeah, and I know, like, that's the thing I love about Wolverine is that he cares, but he's been burned too many times where he, like he said in the movies, like, I couldn't have them believing I wanted to be there.
I'm gonna cry now.
It was so painful, and it was like a man so lonely, desperately wants to be with something, but can never say
it's
it.
hard.
You
for
can't
him.
say it, and it was just so.
No,
So-
you build a persona so long where it's just
Yeah.
gonna get in the way of
It-
like any possible relationship.
Yeah, and it you know, borders on the story of trust issues where it's like, you know, it's like you have an expectation of how things are going to go, and so you make it happen, and so when it does happen, you're not surprised because in your head you've already believed it's going to happen, so you do whatever you can to make it happen, but then you're surprised that it happens. So
Yeah.
it's a common thing with trust issues in real life with psychiatry.
Yeah.
Not to be a bummer, you know, poop in the punch bowl, but
Wolverine's a tragic character.
well, I love him so much.
He's so good.
I mean, the time traveling through the different universes to get the different X-Men was great. Apocalypse, Old Man Logan, Short King, and
Cavalry.
Cavalrine was beautiful.
His-
Oh yeah, the reloading was beautiful. It's so good, and I'm
I like that line. So the rumors are true.
yeah,
The cavalry.
it's so great, and was a bit surprised they just couldn't get the Radcliffe, Dan Radcliffe for a Wolverine.
Because I don't think it was in the cards. I think that like they
Nah.
took one picture out of context from a show that he was on, but based off of old rumors of like
Yeah.
Daniel
Oh,
Radcliffe.
100%. But it would have been funny just to kind of been like,
He could have been the short king.
that's what I'm saying.
He could have been the short.
Yeah, I would. And then we also got Patch. Patch was good. That's really good.
Patch was really good. Patch was everything about this movie is fan service to a respectful degree.
Exactly.
Like to a respectful it is all
It's great. I do got a problem with the villain, the other villain.
yeah, and I'm gonna allow you to go in.
No,
Oh.
not.
Oh,
no,
Paradox.
Paradox. Paradox felt like we run a secret thing. I'm in a big organization, but I'm secretly a bad guy. Like it felt like
He just felt like
Why?
a snotty,
douche,
like not douche, but like a very
primpy asshole,
like a
dick.
like a those kind of like rich 16-year-olds that get like a
Oh.
Ferrari in the wrong color. You know, like that daddy, like you know,
but he's
comes
like
off like that.
yeah, 100%.
But he's having fun with it.
oh,
He's having fun.
McFadden was fantastic as Paradox. I loved him, but I just felt like it just was only the reason why he was bad to prove the plot further.
Because
Like I
it,
get
it
that's how
does
it's-
raise a lot of interesting thoughts that I've had about
Yeah.
the TVA, because after the end of season 2 Loki, it's like, well, the TVA is so massive and large because you see like there's like an outside and cars driving around and everything. Like it's
Yeah.
a big world.
Yeah,
So I was thinking, it was like, well, there's definitely gonna be like factions that like turn
100%.
against, because any level of like a society, it's gonna eventually break up into groups of like
Sure.
different ideologies and
Cliques
how you want to
exist.
do.
Yeah.
And with him, he was more of like the
Oh, you accidentally turned on the music. Just go.
oh goodness,
Yeah.
I like this song.
Mama started playing in our ears.
He just wants power, and he just wants he says it himself, he wants to be the TVA. And if you notice, like he was eating a sandwich, but he has his crust cut off. Like he
I thought it was like those like British sandwiches with like cucumber slices or something, like the ones you see at like those.
I kind of just read it
cliche-
as like, he's that level of like a child where he just like
Oh.
wants one.
I thought it was like those like cliche like
It
paper
could have been.
sandwiches, like the ones you see at like old tea party things.
Yeah.
Sandwiches, you know? Those?
Yeah.
I thought it was that. You're not wrong in that sense too. I thought it was a little weird.
But Paradox, he's not the best villain, and he definitely I really do like that scene where like he's like they were heroes,
Yeah.
they were friends, and then like you hear Deadpool in the back, he's like
Yeah, I know. Great.
I love the use of
But
movie.
back to the Hugh Jackman being ripped thing. We talked about it in the spoiler full. When they were doing the thing with the antimatter, and that just oh my god, washboard.
You fucked up, lady. You divorced the Jackman. He's back. You could have got Berserker Rage on your honeymoon, lady.
Gosh.
Renew your vows.
I will tell you this. I love when his shirt's done, you see Wade like turn his head and it just was like, yeah, man.
Yeah. It was so good.
Gosh.
Oh, Peter.
Oh my god, Peter Machina.
Hilarious.
Peter Machina near the end.
And
But
James brought up a pretty good point too, which I thought was hilarious. But before that, his like piercing, he's like, "Hey, I know a guy who got his piercings," and then he takes off his shirt. It was him.
it's so gross.
But
And then there's someone pulls and goes, yeah, it's part of the appeal. Like, it's like, no.
and he came in with the Deadpool suit, but like Peter's
Dude,
Peter.
Peter was hacking. That shit was we didn't see it in 3D. It came in 3D.
You'd have to get a scale
Oh my
to
god.
see how many
It
pounds.
looked like they just stuffed tissues. Like slices of turkey, man, and just balled it up in his pants. It is so gross.
My God, it's like if you had a sausage and you just stuck like a air pump and then you just
Yeah, it looked like they tried getting like a foot long in like a sandwich size Ziploc bag.
it looked like he stuffed this microphone in his pants.
Bad, dude. Pierce packing.
But did that TV? What's her name? What the
B-15?
B-15.
Oh,
B-15
Fresh
was
hard.
into it.
Fresh hard.
She
It's a good suit. I
Yeah.
think anybody in that suit looks pretty good.
no, but like what
We
he-
still didn't even talk about the Deadpool core. We haven't actually talked
Oh
about
my
it.
God, that's right. Oh,
yeah.
the problem with the Deadpool core.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
got distracted.
No, this movie's full of distractions.
It is dense.
Just yeah.
So like the Deadpool core, they were there and then they were gone.
Yeah.
Like they didn't add anything of value other than dog pool and nice pool.
Yeah.
But it's false expectations as well.
Yeah.
It's like we thought that they would have had a bigger role just because of like all the hot toys and like merchandising and Funko Pops of like, them being marketed pretty big that
Well,
like
it was mainly Lady Pool that got marketed pretty big.
no, but like also with like with the Funko
Head
Pops
pool.
of like head pool, of kid pool, baby pool.
No, by the way, did you know that was his daughters?
Yeah.
I just found that out.
Yeah, no, I told you last night at the theater.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what told me. Sorry. Well, I read the cast list as well. Don't do that if you're not. If you're this far in here, don't do it. Yeah, I agree. I wish they were there a little longer, more than just to, like I said, Peter Machina. When Peter comes in, they're like, "Oh my God, Peter!" And they all love him now.
This Deadpool is with me.
Yeah, no, it was great. Comes in like a hero. I love the little scooter he's riding, but
And he has a little helmet.
his little helmet. And I do wish we got more. I'm glad that Blake Lively, who's the inspiration of Lady Pool, in terms of figure and writing, by Rob Liefeld, was in the movie as the voice. Kind of wish they took off the mask. It'd be kind of fun. to
I
actually
like
see her in the
I
costume.
like that line earlier in the movie of Nice. It was like, oh, you got to meet Lady Pool. She just had a baby, but didn't even notice.
Yeah,
And I was like, that's like a fun. That was like a early like it's Blake Lively because she just had a
she
kid,
just had a kid. Yeah,
but you barely noticed.
yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, not that it matters that you have to get back into shape, but good for them.
I identify as a feminist.
That was a great line. As much as true that is too. But Cowboy Pool, McConaughey, perfect.
Peter's a goddamn hero in every Deadpool
Oh
universe.
my god! And then Nathan Fillion as Headpool.
Yeah.
Come on, man, this is perfect.
Hold your fire.
I do wish Steve Blum or Deadpool voice actor
Nolan North.
Nolan North made a cameo, just a voicing of Deadpool, because they got Peter Mullen, who was I think he's a striker for Wrexham, which is the team Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds own. That was fun as Welsh Pool. There was a Canadian Deadpool.
Yeah.
There was
Deadpool 2099, which is
2099?
Deadpool's daughter.
Yeah, so many great ones.
But Deadpool's daughter with the demon, Shikla.
Didn't see that.
No, that's Deadpool 2099. He has
Oh,
two daughters. One of them is Shikla's daughter as well, which was like a demon that like Deadpool married for a while. But that was Deadpool 2099. So like our first
Shots.
actual 2099 character in a movie.
Free road.
Yeah.
I liked it. I hope we get more of them.
Oh,
Overall,
Samurai Pool.
Samurai Pool. That was good too.
Zen Pool. That was the one that kind of looked like Moon Knight.
That was pretty cool. Any more?
A lot of Deadpool, steampunk one.
Did see the steampunk one. That was cool.
Yeah. Dude, so many Deadpools. I just like that line with Wolverine. It was like, we get to kill a bunch of yous. Let's fucking go. Like,
Oh my god, dude. LFG. Oh, it's 3 little words. And they just like give me a feeling from my heart to my other heart. Like it just is so tingling, man. I don't know. I swear to God, this is the stupidest act out, but I was like shaking in my chair when he pulled the cow. I was like, I
could hear.
Oh my God, I was.
But Wolverine was emotional.
I haven't made that sound since Giant Man. I'll be dead honest. When I saw Captain America: Civil War, I was cramming my hat in my mouth so I wouldn't scream.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I've been like that in a theater. Cause no, I was giddy as
and
the opening.
Since Infinity War, I haven't had an experience like that. Because not to say there hasn't been good theater experiences. I didn't have a good experience a second go around with Shang-Chi. There was these kids in the theater that just were so annoying. But great movie. Love Shang-Chi. You can check our Marvel ranking list on the news episode. That was the last episode there. But I still stick with my answer of it being an A.
Yeah.
Pretty good. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
A.
Other than like, just like things more or less like kind of happening than like a lot of story, you're still gonna have like a great time with this movie. Like you can feel the love and sincerity with this entire flick from beginning to end. It's a love letter and a goodbye, a celebration.
But goodbye to what though? I mean, I feel like
goodbye to like more or less like, this is gonna be like kind of the last time we're gonna see like the Fox characters or like some of them.
And I get that. I don't mind that it's a goodbye. I just wished we got the goodbye in the movie. Yeah, we'll get close to the wrapping up. This is still spoiler. This is spoiler territory. I wish we got the actual goodbye because I feel I would have had more emotional. I would say break because like, oh damn, the movie ends and Deadpool's in the MCU. He said goodbye. He has to say goodbye to this, and I feel like just having them go back, Deadpool and Wolverine having a dinner, like Feige's Pizza, which is fun. I like that he got his happy ending. I really do.
Yeah.
But I just wish that he got to be in ours now while at the same time having a happy ending. Like, that's the last thing. Like, he Irish goodbyes the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, I got to take a phone call. I go, I got to get a smoke or something like that. And then he's out the door with B-15. He's like, you ready to go? And then they walk out the door.
The ending though, I give it a pass because Deadpool, even in his own X-Men universe, in that universe, he's always been in his own like little slice of the universe where it's really not that connected.
No.
To like any of the X-Men movies, anything along those lines. They have the Juggernaut's in the movie and looks nothing like the Juggernaut from Last Stand. Granted, there's some time traveling, and like they fixed, like they time traveled so much, some of them changed races. And
I liked it.
I again, it's a testament to just like how like.
I mean, the race change thing didn't really make or break it for me. I get what you're saying.
Oh no! I'm just like I'm highlighting like how much things have changed just with the ton of time traveling and rebooting and
that's what they said. They said like your time traveling affected that world.
Yeah. But to quickly point, like, Deadpool has the watch. He's connected with the TVA now, like, because we see him in that like little office, and he's like, I'm tired of all these rumors that I got Johnny killed.
That was great.
B-15, like, clearly is like, like, hey, like, we got plenty of work to do or something like that. She said something along those lines, right?
Yeah, something along that.
So like,
and she's now like head of the TVA, like CEO TVA.
Yeah. So they're probably gonna use Deadpool and Wolverine. Probably use them for Secret Wars. That's how we'll see Deadpool and Wolverine, and they get like,
You know what? that's a
There'll be
good way.
agents for
That's
the
a great way to
multiverse.
end to wrap this up with Secret Wars because officially confirmed for May 2027. Do you think Deadpool will be the connected person for Secret Wars? Like, hey, time out. Let's take it to the field. Like the Void. Because you have said plenty of times here and text and everything that you are dead set on believing that the Void is going to be Battleworld.
Yeah,
And since it's
I think if like Cassandra Nova actually went through with her plan and eradicated all the universes and brought them into the void, she would have made Battleworld. Think about it.
1,000,000,000%.
Yeah.
I think she would have. And
I
I
think
think it's a
sparing the Fox universe that's going to be the planet that's going to have the incursion with 616.
you think the Fox verse is going to have the incursion?
Because like at the incursion event that was leading up to Secret Wars was Earth 616 and Earth 1610 were going to collide. I'm in some form or fashion. I think
Yeah.
that's going to be the Foxverse and the 616 MCU.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be like the sort of like case.
I
Because
don't
like
disagree.
it was still spared.
Yeah, and I'm checking my notes. Yeah, no, they are still spared. So it would be interesting to make that the incursion spot. Going back to the Fox verse for a bit just to see it get destroyed. Kind of fun. But I don't know. I'm very curious.
It is an idea.
You're making a stronger case than what I could make, though. I am glad. As much as I am frustrated we can't get the Beyonder, I am glad we aren't getting the Beyonder because it would have felt so like a forced inclusion to do Battle World that there wasn't a big setup for the Beyonder. I don't know. I'm glad that this is a different case.
Yeah. Great movie. We haven't had a conversation like this after watching a movie in a long time.
Yeah.
That gives Deadpool and Wolverine some points, right?
Yeah, it does. The movie was out of spoiler-free territory now. Done with that. Go to the yeah. I forgot to put the timestamp. I'll cut in the middle and just say whatever.
Fix it in post.
I'll fix it in post. Movie was overall a ton of fun. I'm glad I saw it in a theater, even though the first time we were gonna go see it that day. Oh my god.
Yesterday was a nightmare.
Yesterday was a nightmare. So
I watched this man lose his mind.
Depressing.
He got a message. I'm gonna spare it. He got a message, and I was like, and he was like, hey, it got worse, and he started laughing.
I started dying.
He had the one bad day laugh.
Yeah, I had my Joker laugh. But we had tickets to go see this movie at 8:15 in IMAX. Big screen, wonderful color.
Yeah. And
there were some issues at the mall when we were driving past it, so I wanted to call later just to check. They said no when I called to see if they were showing still doing the showtime. They're like, our water system broke, so we had to repair it. Didn't let me know, so we scrambled for tickets. Got an 11 o'clock showing.
That was the earliest.
That was the one that had seats. That was the earliest that had seats.
Yeah,
because we didn't want to see it.
We had to see.
We had to see it.
I had to
this
sit
episode.
with them.
We had to see it with it, and then we also had to do it for the episode.
Yeah.
But then we got there and we got dinner 5 hours early.
Yeah.
It was just one thing after another. It was pretty great. One thing.
We were there from 5 o'clock to 2 in the morning.
That's the longest I've ever stayed at a theater. Period.
Yeah.
I do think though. One thing before we wrap up. If you're the person that buys all the merch in bulk and sells them online, why? Why can't we all have a little fun? I wanted just one thing. I wanted the cups. Got them out. They're done. Yeah, let's slow it down a little bit. We still want to have a visit viewer. Point is, I love this movie. Comic Con was insane. Good luck SAG-AFTRA with their strikes. I hope it really goes well. I hope it's not as long as the SAG-AFTRA for the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild, because that was incredibly long, too long for any one person to be striking.
To the men, women, they, thems that make my video games, I hope you get what you want.
Yeah, I hope the people of the video game industry get what they deserve, because the video game industry is huge. We actually should do a video game episode. We gotta start doing those. We haven't really covered video games a lot. We have a lot.
Well, you also don't play video games.
I don't, but I do read a lot about them. So don't worry. We can always do classic games.
You can always come over to my place and we can play something together.
I will say this. That sounds like a lot of fun, but I do want to do maybe the Wii. We do a Wii episode.
Oh, like buy a Wii and
No, I mean like Rise and Fall. Like we did for like the Disney Infinity.
Well, a good Rise and Fall would be the Wii U.
the Wii, just that family. The Wii to the Wii U. Yeah, Wii U is
A lot of wee wees.
well, that's how we're that's how we wrap up. If you guys enjoy that's how we wrap this up. You feel good about that? That's how we're wrapping up. Well, that about wraps up episode 24, I think, of the Tu-Vie podcast. Go see Deadpool and Wolverine in a screen. It's gonna hopefully have a longer theatrical runtime than everything else. I hope it's still 100 or 120 days like normal. If you guys did enjoy the episode, be sure to like and subscribe. Please also check us out on past episodes as well. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, pretty much everywhere else you get podcast, and also check us out on what are you doing?
You fox, I'm going to Disneyland.
Check out other social media pages on TikTok, Letterboxd, and Instagram. We're all there. Same handle, Tu-Vie Podcast, or you can just check in the description below. Or if you're listening, go listen into the description on wherever you're listening. And we'll see you guys next time.